All right, I guess people gonna take a minute to get in here, so let me rock out with something before I even really dig into this. You know, my subjects are getting out of line, man. Subjects out of line. See, the difference between me and Euromeo and Air Tonto. Let me see if I got the image. Oh, it's still loading. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Probably shouldn't do this, but my pops don't mind. My pops don't mind at all. Man, what the hell is this last one loading up? All right, so you know what I'm saying. Although my complexion be the complexion it is, not too far from Air Tonto and Euromeo, but these people are reading books written by Germans. Oh shit, that last one didn't load up. Okay, okay, and it's a damn shame, man. It's a damn shame. It truly is. It truly is, man, and that's why edification is needed. It's gonna have to be a standard. You know what I'm saying? I mentioned last week that the community was taken over by the burlesque degree. I'm sorry, that is just the truth. Although I said it on Instagram, it's just the truth. Y'all gonna have to deal with it. Burlesque degree coming soon. Like I said, all will be exposed. Oh yeah, it is. So when you get these air tontos and these Euromeos, ask them to show their father. Okay, I'm only gonna put this up for a short period of time. Y'all can try and pause the screen and do it or whatever. But when they show their father and their father's my complexion or just white, pale or whatever you want to call it, um, creamy without the hazelnut or cinnamon or whatever sprinkle. You know what I'm saying? Ask them to show their father. Nigga, that's my pops. See what shirt he has on? All right. So that's where the history of my bloodline comes from. So when these people are coming into the community and okay, I think I know which one didn't load up. Let me see. Okay, those loaded up. And they come into the community. Ask them their background. Who's your father? Can you prove that your father is Aboriginal? Like, can you prove that your mother is Aboriginal? Can you prove that their parents are Aboriginal? Like, I can prove that my mom has some Tonto and some King of Kurimeo people or whatever, right? Man, this motherfucker had to park right next to me. I have people do this shit. Yeah, don't hit my shit. Fuck it. Make these people show and prove who they are. Before they read one letter, one page in a book, see what exactly they have that is involved in this, right? They can't show you anything like this. They can't show you that. They can't show any connection. They can't show any connection of anything over here with some proof. That's my grandfather on the left. My bloodline made history in this country. I don't know what Kurimeo, aka Euromeo, whatever cream of wheat, mayonnaise jar, whatever the hell, in Air Tonto. But when I show my ancestry, suited and booted, upper echelon, doing things, making things happen, cousins going to California with the Indiana not his cousin. It was his cousin's children. I mean, his cousin and his cousin's children that were in California when my father and they moved to California. They were already here, but it was, I believe, his uncle. If it's not his uncle, his great uncle. I had to talk to my people to get all the details. Not gonna go into the details of it, but bloodline relative left with the Indiana company to California. On their way to California, they traveled by boat, motherfucker. So what the fuck? Well, trying to refrain from profanity. So the Plains Indians must have been some amphibious, Namo Dogon worshipped people, because some people have to deal with. Wake up. The plains were flooded. Water flowed in the plains. In the plains, no one lived there on the path from Indiana to California. There were only high mountain areas. Who lived in the mountain areas? What exactly was the complexion? What was their culture? What did they practice? Man, there's so much stuff about this country many people don't know, because you follow in Euromeo, Tonto, and other people who say that they agree with their information. So if you're agreeing with their information, that means that you're going by Von Dutch books. And that means that you got what Sarah Sutton said he was calling some crackatosis. You left being a Pan-African, Afrocentric. You left being all that. You went from Hotep to Halito in Oseo. Because y'all following these people who can't show you what I'm showing you here. They can't show that they have some real lineage connected to stuff. They can't show that they had ancestry that's connected to stuff like this. Y'all see that building structure? Y'all see the bottom windows? I didn't learn about Tartar. I didn't learn about a lot of things from looking on Google. But they can't show you anything connected to this stuff. Were these people mixed? Yeah, there were some mixed people in here. Majority of the people were not mixed. In case people try and pull that. And I'm still sitting on way more pictures than this. Way more pictures than this, y'all. So if we didn't need Euromeo and Tonto during 1870 to the periods of 1870 to 1900, why do we need them now? Reading all these damn German books. Man, hopefully I'm coming in clear. YouTube does not like me. Just so everyone knows that. But that's the whole point. So you get this guy reading about California, and then y'all will go believe him. Y'all gonna believe this whole Khalifa stuff. So us, who had ancestors who came here in the late 1870s, who have passed down the information, which I have received in the past 5 years, because I didn't know this stuff until I started getting my rites of passage. So starting to see some records and starting to see some things that's directly connected to my ancestors in history. Can anybody else show an ancestor in history that did something? This is my father's father in Indiana. So anyway, let me slide the music before I really go in and dig into Tonto and hop off, man. Y'all enjoy your day. I know somebody else might be live or whatever. And whatever. God damn, that shit loud in them. Oh. All right, all right. So I just wanted some time to let some things soak. That's why I'm showing the images and not really saying anything. Because in the interview, uh, Euromeo and Tonto made the statement that basically, like, I'm a pretty decent example. I could say this, that because like my complexion is lighter, it doesn't defeat the fact that this is my father. It doesn't defeat the fact that that is his father. But the key thing is, though, if Euromeo shows his father, is it going to be the same thing like that? If Tonto shows his father, is it going to be the same thing like that? Is it going to be like the person in the middle? Looking like the person in the middle to Euromeo, or looking like the person in the middle to Dan Calloway? Now, these are both my subjects. You know why I call them my subjects? It's not just because, you know what I'm saying, I can show my ancestry like this and then bust it out. What other one is? And then bust it out like that, far left, and his brother far right. So Euromeo and Tonto, we need you to do this. Call it sacrilegious or not. We need you to show us your father and your father's father, and show that your information comes from lineage. Is your information passed down from lineage? Okay? See, when it comes to these last names were created. The names, you have the names that are titles to apprenticeship in the skill that a person had. And we're talking about from 1870 to 1900. So you have people who have certain words in their name because that's what they did. Shoemaker, mill, and plenty other names. I have all the images. I have opened up my Pandora's box of all the records I've had for the last 10 years. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to start busting out and showing and proving, that I can validate the information that I have, or at least the information I talk about today, that before I talked about it, it took a long time. But when you have these people doing this, I don't have a picture of Tonto, otherwise I would have had him up there. And their information comes from a guy, a Von Dutch book. I have to really question it. When I say that my ancestors invented what is now used in the masonry funeral processions, I can show and prove. Okay? I can show and prove. I can take you to the stake and then rub it in your face if you know what I'm saying, you want to talk shit about it. I can show and prove that my Yoakum ancestors and my Reed ancestors in Kentucky, ancestor and bloodline, is the man that you see with the tobacco pouch. But y'all getting your information from Euromeo and Tonto talking about some damn plain Indians, talking about California. Why would you talk about California? Why didn't you talk about Arizona? Why didn't you talk about Area 51, Nevada? Why didn't you talk about Utah? But you talk about California right after I put the information out, and then saying that the information that is put out about California by Von Dutch Germans is correct. So now we get it again. He doubled down on everybody, going over there believing them people saying, oh yeah, man, I believe his information and shit. Goddamn, you believe his information? Okay. Now, Euromeo and Tonto have doubled down on everybody and said that the Plain Indians are people who lived in the Plain Indians. They have these names: Navajo, Apache, Shoshone, and I could list damn near all the names. And when you look at them, they look like the crying Indian, Iron Eyes Cody. And when you look at them, they look like Kurimeo. Man, I've seen plenty of statues like the one in the middle. And then I look at the phenotype of my grandfather and his brother. Does the one in the middle look like my grandfather or his brother? This is what frustrates me. This is the shit that really frustrates me. Because in order for me to express certain things, then I have to share certain things that cost money. But a person can read a PDF that he got from the internet for free at the price of his Wi-Fi. When people start talking about history, please ask them this question. Do you have an ancestor who lived during that time who you can prove that this story is correct? So talk about Christopher Columbus and you say you're not an Aboriginal, you an Indian, and you go by the name Indian because that's what Christopher Columbus said. If you can't show me like this, like I'm showing this right here, a direct connection, that means that, like you see my grandfather right here, my father's father, and his brother, I want to see Christopher Columbus and your ancestor side by side together. You can't do that. Your art, your story, your information, your data is a man in a burning wheelchair to me. Man in a burning wheelchair to me. So all I got to say is, man, Kurimeo and I forgot what his real name is. You know, no more respect, man. No more cultural misappropriation, man. No more. No more of that shit, man. That's just a wrap. Show it again, y'all. No, nah, man. Can't let these people get away with this bullshit, man. And these burlesque degree people who in here, the burlesque degree, you know, man, I don't want to spoil too much, but I will say this. The burlesque degree, when I finally released this information, now I know many might have heard this word. If you know about brothels and all that, or plays, show plays, or anything, you definitely heard this word. If you know about tap dancing, watching drama, which you saw Tyler Perry doing, performing on stage, these things are called burlesque. When you see politicians on TV, that's a burlesque. When you see a fireman, when you see a policeman, when you see a judge in a robe, when you see, all that stuff that's pertaining to government. I'm not talking about people at fast food with the same shirt. I'm talking about anything of government that you see people putting on an outfit and then they go do their civil duty, like little Mangina Boy was talking about with them damn nails. That's also, you know, this is what's going on, y'all. These two, hell, that damn person statue, for all I know, these people are burlesque. That's all they're doing. That's all you're getting. They're putting on a show for you. One is reading books that the burlesque degree people who created that dumb nonsense invented. The burlesque degree, those who, the foundation of it, they're writing everybody. They created all the history everyone believes. So, man, you know, this stuff needs to be exposed, y'all. We cannot keep having this issue. So if you know anybody in Euromeo and hypnotized by this, they're hypnotized by it, man. That's why they got to play some music. You know, I mean, I do the little thing, and I keep it 100. All this stuff is burlesque. That means that when I'm doing the stuff I'm doing and I'm participating in that shit, it's burlesque. You know, it's just what it is. People gonna have to wake up to it. It is what it is. Can't run from it. So I wanted to make this real simple. I've been waiting to go in on this. So you know what I'm saying, I'm just patiently waiting. So there's information about what he said about California that I'm still sitting on that's coming. There's information that he said about the Plain Indians. I've showed everyone, show these books before I get out of here. All right, my phone getting too hot. So anyway, y'all, man, hopefully I'm loud and clear if y'all can hear me. Let me see. Peace, y'all. So I'm just giving a little insight. I'm not going all into the details of it. I'm still holding on to the details and you know all the information. If you want to come to California and take a trip through the San Gabriel Valley, I can do it. So I'm tired of looking slanted too, man. Let me get this right. So if you want to come to California and you want to see, you know, some things for yourself, if you want to see greatness, I can show you. Like I can show you in person. Like I could literally do some tours. I could really do some tours out here. I mean, look at my background. Hold on, y'all. I'm gonna have to hop off. Let me hop off real quick. So you see that right there? That is the one and only Asuksanga. That's right. So I literally can take you to a street. I've said it before. I'm not saying stuff no more. And if you go to this street and you face the mountain after 9 a.m., right as the sun is in a certain position from you, and the reflection hitting the mountain, you will see what you just saw, clear as day. You will see the five faces. I've showed plenty of times with using Google Earth, zooming in, going as close as possible in 2-dimension and 3-dimension, what it looked like. But when I asked a plain Indian who lives, you know what I'm saying, about 4 doors down from me, who is Navajo, she'll say that her people know nothing about that. They don't know anything about it. Look at this. I got up close as possible. Close as possible. You can't see this from close up. Rather it's a petrified titan, rather it was giant wooden trees carved in the wood and then petrified by volcanoes. I don't give a damn. These things are huge. And no matter which way it is or what it is, there it is. Right corner. So just like that street, you go further down, literally 2 miles, and you point in that direction, that's what you're looking directly at. I'm not saying the streets no more. Not giving that. Yeah, but y'all want to read these plain Indian, Euromeo, Air Tonto books, and because it'll say something like it's copper, or it's tawny, or it's swarthy, well, forget them books, man. Ask them about this. They can't tell you a damn thing. Stop listening to these people talk about California, America, or whatever. Who they really disrespecting me. This is what they're telling you. Okay, your grandparents' word isn't enough. So I'm gonna go read a book written by Von Dutch. This is gonna validate what I am saying because it came from a Von Dutch. I can take you here. I can show you what the stuff looked like before they destroyed it and built it back up. But we got burlesque degree people that come, in and out of these chats, and they'll say they didn't destroy nothing. Like, oh my god, bro! I watched them destroy stuff with my own eyes. But this is what we're dealing with. We got people who believe in anything ancient. All the tourist attractions and the list that I read last year do not believe any of the drawings or the paintings or the writings. This is gonna hurt. This is gonna hurt. But the truth is the truth. I've been a seeker of lies, and things that who benefit from the lies. So I don't trust a damn thing you show me. Like I've been sharing this since 2012. I don't care if it's painted brown, black, or whatever. They did that shit. You think they just did that in Egypt? They did it to all the tourist attractions. So anything connected to what Euromeo is going to talk about, it's going to go from now to the Reconstruction, from the Reconstruction to the Renaissance, from the Renaissance to the early Renaissance. All of Euromeo steps that he is showing y'all from reading these Von Dutch books that are mentioning all these famous characters we know to not exist. And then we have burlesque degree people who say, nah, Christopher Columbus did exist, but he was a Moor. So then you're going to say, that's why I agree with Euromeo. No, no more. I'm not letting people get away with shit. Nope. You'll go watch the movie. Nope. Not getting away with shit, man. Euromeo. Let's see who your ancestors are. I'll wait. Euromeo. Is your father like this? Huh? Is this your father's father? Like that? Siblings looking like that? Huh? That's my people. So I don't give a damn what anybody say. Can't tell me shit. And this is at the point that they try to make. They tried to make it like that there are people like me out there who have lineage and can show and prove that this is their ancestors. I even got other pictures of my father. You can put my father's head next to the Olmec. I mean, fits the description. So it's like this, man. What we call plain Indians and what we call these well, I'll just say it like this. What are you calling the Asians, Siberians, and Sicilians? This stuff needs to be dug into. If anybody is trying to talk about the light skin versus dark skin, it was stupid. The light skin versus dark skin thing, and in a matter and not addressing that, but then they'll deny what I put out because of my complexion, and then go listen to these dudes and say their information is valid, right? But they can't show you this is their grandfather. They don't have any real generic history. They can't show and prove any. They can't authenticate some evidence. You know what I'm saying? They can't share what passed down knowledge they have from these ancestors. So if y'all want to know, damn, I got the shit upside down. Hold on, y'all. Let me get the correct one. Man, why the hell was that upside down? They might kick me out, y'all. They might kick me out. I done went a little bit over anyway. So anyway, still waiting for it. There we go. There we go. So people talk about California and all that, but did they show you any black and white pictures? Did they show you any footage of them going to the location? Nah, they read what Von Dutch and them said. So, I mean, I've been sharing. I've not been sharing. Let me start using proper grammar. I have videos showing pictures from the book on the far left. Today, I am going to go buy 2 more books. And these 2 books will be down the path of completing my gathering of stuff to show and prove that I have a last name connected in documented history, that I have ancestry that were involved, that I have information that's passed down that I really don't talk about. I really don't, because those have no rites of passage. You can't even complete a sentence in a conversation like that. You'll be lost. So yeah, I mean Euromeo and the tiny Air Tonto down Tonto trail, the trail they took y'all. Yeah, it is true. There are people who are aboriginals in America and have my complexion and on reservations. That is true. And these people who are like that are the ones that participated in the creation of that Seneca dictionary. By the way, that Seneca dictionary has a lot of bullshit in it, but it has the mother tongue. Man, motherfuckers running red lights like that. Yay. Mother tongue. So when you hear Air Tonto down the Tonto Trail speaking that plain Indian shit, and then you'll find out like, damn, that sounds like Siberians. But people aren't digging into the Siberians. Where did they really come from? Where did they really come from? I'm telling y'all, people don't know this stuff. And I have to challenge the information to make sure it's correct. So for my studies, for my travels, and my communicating with people from these parts of the planet, I'm gonna give it to y'all right now. I'm gonna give it to y'all the whole shit real short, nip it in the bud. This is what I have connect. This is what I have collected. These are the dots that I have connected. The dot that I have connected starts with the 16 mestizos. Now, some people will say 1755, right? 1755 to 1777, you have the completion of the 16 mestizos. Four of these 16 mestizos were people who I guess had the best health or whatever, progenitors or some type of thing, but they're all mixing with a specific pale face. The details on that pale face, rather it have been an albino, whatever freaking nature or whatever. This is what they're saying. Now, I personally feel that the 1755 to 1777 date and all this is so weird to be connected with the so-called American Revolution. I find it to be suspect, especially when you read that basically plain Indians and wood Indians and hibbity hoobah Indians and a couple of other Indians and did all this other stuff during this time, but there's no evidence. There's nobody that can show and prove that they have ancestors that are connected to this stuff. You really can't. I know you can't. Don't even try it. We know you can on this channel. But if you listen to Euromeo and your Tonto Trail and those that'll say that the information is correct, they are going to put this information on their channel and they're going to say things that agree with them. And they're doing a real disingenuous thing to the people. So what I have discovered really don't get nothing into the 16 mestizos of all these other different nationalities and races. So I said, damn, let me see this. Damn, I got a reverse Tonto trail. I have a real reverse Tonto trail because I talk to people and I talk to the people over here and I talk to the Native Americans, the head ones, that's the presidents of whatever resource center or whatever. I actually talk to the people. So this is what I have concluded. That the 16 mestizos did their thing. 4 of them became the progenitors. And whatever it is that's negative about those 4, positive about those 4, I don't know. I'm not getting to the details of it because this information needs to be challenged because I feel the dates are off. I feel that they have taken things and they have added 100 years to them. So when I look at it, I see 1855 to 1877. Not 1755 to 1777. But that's just me. But if I go along with the story, I can do it simple like this: a reverse Barrington straight situation happen. Just like those flight patterns from Japan and China and the Philippines and, and what else? Australia, how they they take a path that looks like they go all the way up to Korea and all that, up to Alaska, and then back down to California, and then going across in the areas, those so-called flight patterns. Okay, cool. So if I do the math, and this is just guess. At least I'm honest about it. People read these Von Dutch books like it's the guy, like it's the most high honest truth. So I, I can say that there was a reverse Burridge straight cross that happened. And, and the people went over and something happened, things got messed up. How long would it take a people to travel if they're traveling by boat? Just a if it's a great deal of water pouring into a location that's pushing a person to a location, how long would it take? Why is it that people won't think like this and notice? Because out of all the damn near 100,000 dams, no one took the time to think that what would the could look like, and why do people that are part of it? Man, I heard say in this book, show me the insulted. The pictures all they can show. Then you have to prove revolution, which we have no information. You have there's no evidence of a real war. But look, 1755, 1777, American Revolution. between, smack dab in the middle of that American Revolution. So this is what